Oh, hello guys. Thank you for joining me. I was just having tea. Would you like to join me for some tea and biscuits? Go ahead and let's learn and remind ourselves what we learned about the past couple days about England. Remember, England is an island on the continent of Europe. Okay, now in the United States, there is an island in our country, and do you know what that one is? It is the island of Hawaii. So we actually have an island in our country, and in Europe, the island is England. And in England, the capital of England, do you remember what it was called? Yes, it is called London. Remember, here's Europe, and the island right here is the United Kingdom with Scotland and Wales, but England is part on the bottom. Now, when we learned about England, who is the ruler in England? Yes, it is Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. And who is the person that's like a president in England that helps make decisions as well? Yes, he is the Prime Minister. So we've got Queen Elizabeth, her husband, and Prince William, who might become the king later. And then the Queen lives in what palace? It's called what? Yes, Buckingham Palace. She lives in Buckingham Palace, and here are the people that guard, and they are the Royal Guard, and they have a special uniform, as you can see. So then in London, the capital of England, it is England's largest city, and it's one of the largest cities in the world. Now, what is the type of transportation that you can use in England? There's a couple different ones. There's a taxi, which is what color? Black. There's the double-decker red bus. Remember we learned about that? And there is also, as you can see, the double-decker bus. And then there is the tube. Remember, it's the underground subway. Nice job. Now, what is the type of food that Edward took us to go get when we were with him, pretending to be with him and traveling? Yes, he took us to get fish and chips, which was like fried fish and French fries. And they call that fish and chips. Nice. Now, when we traveled, we got to go see the London Eye, which was this Ferris wheel we got to see all around. And the zoo in England was the first zoo in the world, and we got to see that as well. Then we also learned about the Tower Bridge. The song that we learned that comes from that was London Bridge is Falling Down. So let's sing it. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. That's the song. And it keeps going. You can look up this song on your own, but it's a cool song that you can sing, and that's where it comes from. Then we have this tower here called the Elizabeth Tower after the Queen. And then inside is the clock on all four sides. It rings every hour. And the bell inside is called Big Ben. Big Ben. Do you guys remember that? Well, nice work. So now, who remembers what cookies are called in England? Yes, they're biscuits. What about an elevator? What is that called? That's a lift. And what is the trunk of the car called in England? What do they call that? That's right, they call it the boot. And then what is the hood of the car called? Yes, that's the bonnet. Nice job remembering that. And what are some favorite English stories that come from England that we know today and we hear now? Did you say Peter Rabbit or Winnie the Pooh or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Nice work. So remember, over 300 years ago, the pilgrims that came to America, many of them came from England because they wanted to have freedom to be able to worship God the way they wanted to. And so that's why we speak English, is because most of the people that first came here were from England and they spoke English. So let's go ahead and let's talk about our page that we need to do. It is page 91 and 92. And well, just 91 and the back is 92, but you don't need that because it's blank. So go ahead and just take out this paper, and what you'll need is you'll need some scissors and you'll need a glue stick. So go ahead and get that out. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the Tower Bridge and fold it and stand it up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. You guys go ahead and get your scissors, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do. So I'm going to cut all along the dark black line, but do not cut the middle right here, okay? You're going to want to keep that because we're going to fold right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my line out. You can go ahead and follow along with me. And be very careful to go right along the lines. Do your very best. And nice work, guys. Keep going. Cut it all out, and then I'll show you what you can do when we're done cutting it out. So here it goes. Yours should look something like this. And what you're going to do first is you're going to fold a line right on this line first. So I'm going to do that. Pinch it so it's in half. Now what you're going to get to do is you are going to, if you see closely here, there's a line, and they want you to fold that back so that way it can stand up. So I'm going to fold that, and I'll show you what it'll look like. So here, I folded it back into the back part where it's plain, and I'm going to do that on the other side because there's another section. So I'm going to do that with both sides. Fold it on that dotted line, and then it should look something like this, okay? And if you want it to stand up, it should be able to stand up like this. If you want it to stick together, that's where you can add glue to one side right here and put it right on top of the other one, and then it can stand up, and you can see the Tower Bridge of England. And there we have it. And thank you for joining me and learning all about England this week. Let's go ahead and have some tea and enjoy learning about England. I'm glad you joined us, and we'll see you guys in our next lesson. Bye-bye.